Hi, welcome to another edition of MTG Playback. I'm Mark. I'm an actual pastor who plays Magic the Gathering, and so this whole series is where I play a game on Magic the Gathering Arena and then talk about it afterwards to see how I did. The hope is that I get better at my play. And so I recently switched from a blue-white angel deck to a blue-white-green toxic deck. So it's mostly a white-green toxic deck like a lot of them were a few weeks ago, but with some blue spells splashed in. One of the things that I have done since my last video is threw in a few Fading Hopes. Dropped some of the Infectious Bite out, threw in some in Fading Hopes to help kind of scry, to go through my deck. Because my deck doesn't need a ton of land because it's aggro, so it's trying to get everything out as fast as it can, but they can get in a problem where it's stuck and it doesn't have any new card draw. So anyways, here's my opening hand. As you see, I got a good, I don't have a blue source, but I have several blue cards. And so let's see what happens next. Alright. Crawling, I decided to mulligan. I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive in mulliganing. Here I do have 2 lands, but it gives me all 3 colors. And so I get a 1-drop, I got my Fading Hope, I've got a 2-drop, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Opponent's very happy, very, likes to say hello, so I figured I'll say hello back. And I get out a Skrelv right away, so it can't be targeted by a counterspell. This I thought was surprising, so the first thing they decided to do was do 2 damage to me, rather than my Skrelv. Drew another land, so now I'll have 3 land available, which is great. And decide, you know what, let's just get some damage in and end the turn. I decided not to put down my Slaughter Singer right away because I wanted to make sure that I could protect my Skrelv with the Fading Hope. And they bring out a 1/3 blocker, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. Alright, so that's a great draw. I have 3 lands, and then I have a Jawbone Duelist, which has double strike. Looks like they're trying to do a version of a burn deck, not an aggro deck really, or maybe it is a red aggro deck and just didn't get the draw that it needed. I don't want to lose my Skrelv, so I'll keep it, and I'll keep it protected as well. Ooh, interesting. So Mechanized Warfare comes in, and what it does is that whenever a damage would be dealt, it adds 1 to it, right? So it's like, so if I get hit by a spell that does 2 damage, it's actually going to be 3. I have nothing right now in my deck that can deal with enchantments. So there's going to be 2. It's down to 15. So now my goal is then to see if I can, as quickly as possible, just get poison counters on them. So they're tapped out. There's nothing they can do at this moment. And I'm thinking about, okay, they have 19, I have 15 life, they have one poison counter. So I'm going to use Skrelv's ability. I'm deciding whether to use life or mana at this point. Decide to use mana. Going to give it so that it can't be blocked by red. It doesn't matter. Right now, it doesn't matter about getting the red. What it matters is getting the toxic 2. So now it does 4 toxic when it hits, rather than just 2. So now they're at 5. Again, I don't put my Slaughter Singer down. I want to protect things. So here's the Swift Sphere. I guess they were trying to do a haste deck, and a haste red aggro deck that didn't show up quickly. Here they're getting some card draw. They're just going to do a bunch of damage to me. I'm all tapped out. And they get some card they can spell, but they don't have land. So that's helpful for me. They're stuck on 3 land just like me. Here comes 1, 2, 3, 5 damage. So now I'm down to 8. I drew a land, which is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Now, I think I'm trying to do some math here, right? Like, I can hit them, and I can get them to 3. Or I can have Skrelv and the Duelist. I'm trying to figure out how can I survive. Lightning Strike does 3 damage to any target, which will get rid of Skrelv. They have this other creature coming into play. I'm trying to do the math to get lethal. I can't do lethal right now in this turn because I just don't have the cards for it. But I want to survive. I want to try to survive. Attack with my duelist again. I don't think I can waste the life right now down to 6. Gonna get them to 9. Poison counters. And then I'm trying to decide what do I do. I don't have a blocker now, right? So they can do 1, 2. They can do a lot of damage. I'm trying to decide what to do, what to do, what to do. That 1 lightning strike will get me down to 4. They have the 2, and then I'll pump that up to 2, 3, 3, 4 damage. So that's a lot. I can get rid of it with the Fading Hope, though. So I decide, you know what? I need a blocker. This can block one of their creatures, or at least it becomes a target from one of their spells. And I have the Fading Hope to do the other one. I'm very glad that they're stuck on 3 lands, because if they had 4, I'd probably be in trouble. They're thinking like me. They're trying to do some math and calculations like me. Now, so their idea, they're gonna, I think this is a mistake. I think they should have hit me for 3, 4, it would have been 5, I would have been down to 3. I think that was a mistake. So they're just trying to get my blocker out of the way. I go down to 6 because I have that from that. And I'm deciding, do I use the Fading Hope to save it? Or to get rid of their creatures? I'm like, nope. It dies. And they know, and see, this is, I think, again, so I think what they should have done is should have hit me with 3. It would actually have done 4. Then they would have done 1, 5, 6. It would have got me down to 3, and then they had their best shot. So this way I just do my trick again. I also think this player doesn't realize that if they get 10 poison counters, they die. And there they go. So I won the game. I think that last... I played my hand well. I think I played my cards well. I think my opponent screwed up their math that last turn. I'm not quite sure they could have gotten me down to lethal, but it was worth a shot and worth a try. So thank you for watching this edition of MTG Playback. Please like and subscribe, leave comments. How did I do? What could I do better? And if you have any thoughts about Toxic, especially in this current standard environment, please share them, and I'll see you next time.